Hello, favorite gentlemen, sister. Who views? And today I'll be reviewing the season 3 finale of Static Shock Blast from the Past. And in its proposal, is doing a volunteer work at the old folks' home in Dakota by reading the old folks comic book of the serial called Soul Power. And this one old man named Mr. Grant seems interested in it, but the this other guy named Dennis isn't really just hoping that Soul Power will get his get defeated at some point. And yeah, Verl can't really take Mr. Grant commenting how kids today don't know anything and stuff like that. I try to get trying to get him out of it, but yes, he isn't really letting him. But he goes off to the roof when he sees the news report about a robot uh, attack at a bank or something. And Mr. Grant sees it well, and when they Russell put on his static costume on the roof, Mr. Grant sees it, and yeah, he already knew that Virgil was static because he's soul power. Yeah, listen to when Barry Allen met Jay Garrett, and turn out that they're in different dimensions. Turn out soul power actually existed in the 60s. Virgil's dad even has footage of him that he shows Virgil later on. Mm. And yeah, and soul power just tells Virgil how he got his powers. Apparently, and some guys were trying to start the Hoover Dam. The electricity from that because somehow gave him his powers. Mm. It's very golden age, and turns out the robots belong to one of Soul Power's or Soul Power's biggest enemy, Professor Menace. Yeah, it's golden age logic, I think. Ugh. When they're at the bank, Static just the attacks the robots around known what they're made of, and turns out they're able to absorb electricity and fire it back. Yeah. And so Power finds out that Professor Menace still looks young, even though it's been years since he's seen him. Yeah, he said he was probably going to be frozen, but don't know. Oh yeah, Static's just human with the comments that so far had of him, and he keeps calling Static Sparky. Like I said, Russell's dad has some footage of Soul Power, and throughout every time he defeated a villain, he would do a dance. Like, he seems as a cocky aesthetic when he's younger. Ugh, I don't know. But I do like the music that played, and I do find it a little funny that when Russell's dad uh, said that the Soul Power was the static of his day, and probably even better. And Russell takes offense to that. Yeah, Mr. Grant is also about Virgil's house, saying Virgil made a promise to do for him, but Virgil tries to refuse or relents. And so Power brought Virgil to his secret hideout known as the Soul Pad. Yeah. Yeah, Virgil's thinking that's a bad name, but when he's called his hideout to ban the gas station of Solitude. Yeah, whatever. And thanks to putting information into his computer, he's able to find out what Professor Menace's plan is. Yeah, it's a weather machine sort of plan. Control the weather. If that's a golden age, don't know what is, or maybe it's silver age. Mm. And there are Soul Powers has a car they call Soul Mobile. And he said at the show that he used to get around the town by surfing the telephone lines. And Russell actually enjoyed it. I think it's kind of cool as well. Hmm. And he trying to get the help of one of his friends named Phil, who runs a defense satellite uh, company. Phil was wondering doing since it's all about the security. I was telling us all about security now, and yeah, Soul Power saying they fought for kids like get Phil so they can have that job like this. But Phil says back that he also told them not to break the rules. Oh yeah, and got mentioned that Soul Power has had a psychic named Sparky. And yeah, Soul Power took Phil's security card and was able to get into the satellites. And they find where Menace is, but turns out it's a trap. And you actually have his robots absorb static and Soul Power's electricity so it can power his weather machine. But it's actually able to get him free thanks to the device Soul Power game that would amplify his electricity. But as he short circuits a robot. And yeah, Soul Power is just feeling down on himself because he fell for a trap. By the time that Phil came along, yeah, Trail Russian Menace pretended to be one of his clients, so he has control of the satellites. And also, Trail Phil is Sparky. And yeah, later on, he tells Static how he got his power. His costume is electrically powered. Yeah. And throughout Professor Menace's lab or lair, it's under Dolfo's home in Dakota. Yeah, yeah. And they fight with Sparky and Static uh, powering up Soul Power. And yeah, throughout the reason the Professor Manus looks so young because of holograms. Throughout that is that the good professor. Yeah. And it ends with the Russell thanking Mr. Grant for everything he taught him. But turns out they didn't teach him one thing. It dance. So it ends with the two doing the soul power dance. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's a decent episode and a decent end to the season. Just showing how Rosal is too bullheaded to listen to Mr. Grant's soul power, not really taking his comments seriously. And Grant or soul power is just too bullhead himself to realize the whole thing was like a trap. Or not the whole thing, but most of Professor Mouse's plan was a trap. And I'd have to good music in this. And I don't know if Soul Power was something in the milestone comics or was meant for the show, but I think it's more likely it was meant for the show, but I think it was good. And the voice acting by uh by the guy playing Soul Power, uh, Dennis and Phil was pretty good. And I think uh, Static and Soul Power have a good chemistry, like the older generation trying to teach the younger a generation with organization is really listen to like near the end or whatever. Hmm. And yeah, I am thinking of reviewing the Zeta project. If anybody's interested in me doing that, put a like or what's that like on the video. If I get about 5 or 10, I'll probably do. But I will get that. So I just want to see who how many people would like that. Hmm. And yeah, moving on to season 4, and yeah, the first episode of season 4 is interesting since there's another crossover. Sonic has another crossover with another member or another franchise of the DC anime universe. Yeah, just remember to like, comment, subscribe, and check my community tab, and I have polls that I'm interested in voting in, but you don't have to. And yeah, till next time, I'm Sue. See you guys later.